This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Jackie Krawczyk from the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Nancy.
I know how busy you are, how many things the Chamber's involved in. You're kind of fine-tuning some of the things that you're doing, but one of the things that does really well and is going to stay there forever is Good Morning Alpena.
Yeah, I think that's one of your favorite events,
yes,
and so
it is.
You want it to stay forever, which
yes.
It will, because it's one of our more popular events. But we have Good Morning Alpena and Good Midday Alpena series that we have 6 to 8 events a year, and it's just a great program to talk about all different topics that are going on in the community.
And I wish there was a way to gauge the networking that goes on before and after, because sitting at the table at the events and listening to people talk, it's amazing what they talk about and what one didn't know about the other, and names are written down and numbers are written down. It's pretty cool.
It is, and that's one of my favorite things about everything that we do is just kind of sitting back. We set up the event, everyone comes together, then we can kind of sit back and just watch people exchange business cards and shake hands and introduce themselves to each other. I just think that's one of the coolest parts about my job.
And one that we do year after year is the United Way kickoff, which is very important to our community and the host agencies, and that was a tremendous success.
It was, yep. It was the Good Morning Alpena United Way kickoff, their campaign kickoff. It was September 6th, and it was very well attended. It was at the Aplex. Great breakfast, great program, learned some pretty unique things, that the money from United Way, when people donate to United Way, it then goes to their organizations. Some pretty unique things that are being done in our community because of those dollars.
Okay, and you have a copy of the newsletter with you that lists all of the wonderful events. It's a very nice piece of information, and I look forward to reading it from cover to cover.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
So we do have a lot of events this fall. We're kind of event heavy right now. Our members were asking for different things, and so we decided to make those things happen. So we've got a really unique event coming up. It's called Speed Networking.
Yes.
And so when you think about walking into a room, and I think you or I might be okay walking in and talking with people and introducing ourselves, but a lot of people, and even for me, that can be uncomfortable. But a lot of people walk into that and they don't really feel comfortable maybe interrupting a conversation to shake someone's hand and say, you know, who they are, where they're from, or they just feel awkward going to something like that. So speed networking is sort of like speed dating, but it's with the goal of networking. So we'll pair people up. You'll be sitting across from somebody, and then you have 3 minutes to talk about what you do. They'll have 3 minutes to talk about what they do, and then the one side will switch, so they'll talk to the next person. So by the end of the event, you'll have talked to everybody in a very structured format, so you don't feel obligated to go in and feel that kind of uncomfortableness of not knowing anybody and not knowing who to talk to or what to say.
So is there a registration? How do we get involved?
Yeah, so that's September 24th. It is registration, and it's only open to a limited number of people because of timing and the structure of it. And I think we have 3 openings left at this time. So for any of our events, you just contact the Chamber or look at our website for more information.
Okay, very good. What's next?
All kinds of stuff. We do host a new member event, so we realize our retention rate with our membership, and our membership is half of our budget annually.
Yes.
So it's very important, and that's who we work for, is our members first. So we realized when we started this new member welcome event, when we got an opportunity to tell our members about everything that we do and allow them to ask questions about our programs, our retention rate was higher. So we have that event coming up on September 27th. We do have another Good Midday event coming up in that series on October 3rd, and that one is connecting education and business, which you've been a volunteer for us before in that program.
Yes, and I always want to be.
Well, we've got you on the list for next
Yay.
year.
It's one of the most wonderful things that I get to do.
Oh, well, we appreciate that, and the students appreciate it too. So we, with this event, the Good Midday Alpena, we'll be talking about what are the classes, teachers in the classrooms doing to connect the material learned in the classroom to what's actually happening in businesses, and how do you bridge that gap of what businesses need to come out of the classroom. So we'll be talking about what those different programs look like, and also the businesses who are really utilizing some of the programs and getting to know the students, what it means to their business. So that's October 3rd, and that should be a very interesting, Good Midday program. Yep. Something else we have coming up is the Alpena CRTC Community Council meeting. That's something that we started new this year, but we're pretty excited. The first one earlier this year was well attended. It was a great program. We talked about what the Community Council is, which is an opportunity for the base to get to know the community more and the community to get to know what's going on at the base more. This next one on October 8th It's open to the public, registration required. We do prefer that. But we're having the head of the entire National Guard in Michigan will be there. So
yay.
it's and I might mispronounce this, I'll do my best, but the Michigan Adjutant General.
Okay.
Sounds like I stumbled over that. But his name is Paul Rogers, and he'll be there speaking with the group. So it's a great honor to have him.
When I did some research, Jackie, for an event that I was going to be the guest speaker at, Woman of the Year banquet, I called the base just thinking I'd get a few numbers. I could not believe the numbers. What the economic impact of that base is in our community, the payroll. It's amazing. People need to go online and search and how many people come there every year and where they come from and what happens there. It's amazing.
It is. It's tremendous. And with Northern Strike, that alone, those 4 weeks alone have a huge impact on our community. So it's, this is a great way for people to get to know what's going on. And then we'll also have an update from the Michigan Association of Canine Handlers.
Oh.
They train at the base every year, and so they'll be there, hopefully with a dog. I'm not sure though, to talk about what they'll be doing training at the base. So again, October 8th for that one, it's an awesome opportunity. But we just have so many events coming up all the time, and it's they check out our website. I don't know how much time we have left, but we
have about 2 minutes left.
Okay, so I'll mention one more.
Yes.
Okay. One of my favorite events is our 2 LeaderCast events that we have. We do one LeaderCast in May, and then we have one in the fall, which is October 18th this year. It's LeaderCast Women, which it's not just for women, but the panel of speakers is all women. So, and these are authors, they lead major companies, and they all will be talking about, the theme this year is the courage to lead. So what does it take? What kind of courage does it take to be an effective leader?
And you would never be able to afford to go somewhere to see all of these people, but yet you can sit there and listen to them, and they're right there. It's a wonderful event.
It's a live broadcast event, and like you said, we wouldn't be able to afford to bring all of these people to Alpena, but to have a live broadcast event, a full day for the amount that we charge, includes your food, your work, but like everything, is a pretty tremendous value.
Okay, so we have enough time just to mention volunteers. You have so many groups and so many committees and an opportunity for people to volunteer, so they can probably just stop by the chamber, give you a call, check out the Facebook page, see what's happening, because I know the event that has taken place this week is volunteer driven. You have so many volunteers that you need for the Alpena Monopoly game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many, but that event alone, we probably have 30 plus volunteers or even more that participate in that. The fireworks fundraising, the Good Morning Alpena, so many different events that we need volunteers for. And we just, we can put you on a list. You can do as much or as little as you'd like, and we'd love to have volunteers.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Ann Gentry with some information about downtown Alpena following these messages. Hi, welcome back. As promised, I'm with Ann Gentry from the Downtown Development Authority. Good morning, Ann.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. And as Jackie was walking off and leaving, we were talking about the events that go on in our community. People say there's nothing to do, and it's like, oh my goodness, there's so much to do. There's multiple things on a day. You have to pick and choose what you want to do because there's so much to do, and I think downtown's a leader with things to do in Alpena.
It is, yeah. There are more and more events every year. It seems like we just finished summer and we were like, hey, let's just take a break, get ready, and it's like, oh my goodness, our events are coming up already. So that's been, an effort from us, from different businesses, different organizations to really push. People usually think it's just the summer. That's the busy time in Alpena, but really our fall and our winter, there's more and more. Especially fall, once things quiet down a little bit, it's like we get this chance to really come out and participate in all these events that are coming up.
Okay, so tell me about events.
Yes, so looking forward. So this coming Saturday, the Harvest Festival, September 14th.
Okay.
And then the next one will be Sunrise Suds that Fresh Palette organizes. So this will be, I think, their 3rd year that they're doing it. Closed down the street, lots of craft beers, great music, lots of fun. And then after that, the DDA, we're hosting our annual Chowder and Chili Cook-Off on October 5th. So this will be our 6th year doing that event. We're hoping to do it on 2nd Avenue again, as long as the weather permits. And then we're also organizing our Bard at the Bar, which is a Shakespeare-themed bar crawl that we did last year. It was a lot of fun with Thunder Bay Theater. They did different live performances at different bars. Downtown Scoops participated too. So, if you didn't want to drink, you could come and just enjoy the different performances. So that's just a few that are kind of like the bigger events. But I know it's also fundraising season. So Art in the Loft is launching their light exhibit in October. They're also doing their Light Gala, which is their big annual fundraiser, and same with Thunder Bay Theater. On September 27th, they'll be doing a big fundraiser for their kind of annual programming to kick off their fall season. So there's certainly a lot that's coming up that hopefully people will be able to take advantage of.
And you know, when you think about the event, let's say, because fall harvest will be over, thinking about the event at the Fresh Palette, think of the amount of volunteers that it takes, the cooperation of downtown merchants, because, I mean, the streets are closed down, it's hard for people to get in, out and shop, but they all participate and they all love to see the events going on. And for the last big event downtown, I went and sat in the little Culligan Plaza Park there. There were so many people there. They were on bikes, they had children in wagons, they had gone across the street and gotten ice cream, they had food from the other vendors, they were sitting there listening to the music, the sidewalks were packed with people, the streets were packed with people. You know, it reminded me of being in Ann Arbor or a big city. It was so wonderful.
Yeah, it really takes kind of the whole community to get behind a lot of these events, because different organizations and businesses takes a lot of time to organize events, especially when they're like bigger festivals. So it's been really amazing since I've been in this position to see kind of the whole community get behind them. And I know, like, the first year, just an example of the beer fest, I thought about going down, thought, oh, I'll just come and see like what it's all about. I had plans that evening and ended up canceling them and staying because I ran into so many people that I knew in the community, and it was just such a great ambiance. So there's so many people, you know, from the organizers to the volunteers to the attendees that really can get behind these events and say that, you know, these are important for our community to keep them going.
And you know, Bob Kraft, when he was in charge of Northern Lights Arena, used to always say when people would come to Alpena for hockey tournaments, they would drive around, they would look at the prices of cottages and housing and how safe and wonderful our community is. He could name you how many people he knew that bought summer homes here or, you know, were able to relocate here. So those kind of events too. When I was at the event at Fresh Palette last year, there was a group of girls from Traverse City that came, and they said they used to go to a huge event, I think in the Midland area, said they don't go there anymore. They come to Alpena, and they already had their rooms booked for this year.
Yeah, that's something I've been hearing even from the summer, because we're so busy downtown. You know, as you said, Friday nights with the street performers and the restaurants and the music and the shopping, people came, and that's something I'd heard. It's like a lot of the feedback was, you know, we used to vacation maybe in Traverse City or in some of these other areas, but you realize that Alpena has awesome events, great businesses, and a strong sense of community without having it be too big. So I think that's a cool thing that people are starting to realize what we have to offer, and a lot of that is because of, you know, the citizens that kind of make it that way.
And you know, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes. You worry about empty buildings and parking spots and all of those things. So how does that all flow together?
Yeah, I know, like, you know, we do promotional events with the DDA, but also, you know, business retention, recruitment, making sure that we have a diverse set of businesses. So that's something that, you know, we've been talking about is, you know, the Antique Mall recently came available. Royal Night facility where the theater used to be is still for sale on the market. So especially as we're seeing some of these bigger businesses or buildings for sale, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, you know, how can we repurpose these? How, you know, who's interested in them? And, you know, there's always grants available for people that have the capital and the time to commit to them. So, you know, sometimes it can be dismaying, but you just got to think, you know, this is new potential for something else that can really continue to grow our community.
And you know, there's some new businesses that are going to be coming downtown. They're in the process of remodeling or getting ready to open. So that'll be exciting, add to our eclectic mix in our downtown area.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, you see it every day, so you don't think about it. But I gave a presentation yesterday for the Lions Club, and I sat down and made a list of all the businesses that opened downtown in the last 6 months or projects. And there's a lot of changes that are coming our way, between the Dry Dock project to make that a restaurant and a bar, to, you know, the brewery coming on Chisholm, to, you know, Sugar and Spice Shop and Bark and Ophi inside Rusty Petunias. There's lots of new businesses and changes that are coming our way, which is exciting to see.
And I really hope that people, if they haven't been downtown, that just maybe on a Friday night you just walk downtown and walk through the area and stop and get an ice cream or stop and get a drink at one of the local establishments. There's just such an eclectic mix of things and people, and it's just, it's heartwarming, and it feels like, thank goodness I live in this community.
Absolutely. We always try to tell people, you know, if you haven't been downtown recently, come check what's new. You know, we try to change that narrative, oh, there's nothing to do, or there's too many vacancies. It's really not the case. So we always try to tell people, you know, just come downtown, spend an afternoon, you know, meet some of our business owners and see what's new.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being here. And if people are interested in volunteering for any events, Ann, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah, so you can visit our website, downtownalpenami.com, has all of our contact info.
Okay.
Swing in the DDA office, give us a call. If it's not a DDA event that we host, we can certainly connect people to whoever organizes if there's a specific event that someone's interested in.
And if somebody has an idea, a marketing idea, or an idea for a business, a new business coming in, would you be a good place for them to start?
Yeah, absolutely. We always encourage people to start off with us. We can kind of help connect them with maybe the right entities if we can't do it ourselves. But we like, we have lots of great partners that we can, put people in contact with, whether it's opening a business or hosting an event. We can kind of help them through that process.
So watch out for everything that's coming on the website and on Facebook, and come down and have fun.
Absolutely. Hopefully I will see you there.
Yes, and I ordered good weather this year.
Awesome. Good. Try to keep it a little bit warmer.
I will.
It's okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Lee Fitzpatrick, coordinator of Alpena Early College.
Morning.
A wonderful program.
Thank you.
Lee, we've talked before on this topic, but could you describe briefly what Alpena Early College is?
Well, Early College is a program that is designed to help raise the educational attainment levels in our community, and it is designed intentionally to help students have more successful outcomes as they enter into the college process and get them far enough along the way that they're capable of doing it themselves when they leave us.
So they start as 11th graders?
11th grade, they actually apply in 10th grade, so for a lot of 10th graders it's kind of the biggest process they've ever been through. They apply, they do personal interviews and applications. We screen them and try and help them understand what the qualities that they'll need going forward. Some have them at the time and are ready right away. Some need to develop some of the things. It's not a, there's a misconception maybe that's an honors program, and we have students that look just like our community from all academic levels. We want to bring along everybody that can come along for the ride to successfully completing college.
Well, you do a wonderful job, and I think Alpena is a model for early colleges around the state, in a large part due to your efforts. So it's a 3-year commitment by the students?
It's a 3-year commitment. So junior year, we're going to begin to ramp them into the college-going process. Senior year, many kids are half high school, half college, up to full-time college with a minimum of 1 high school class. 13th year, they're just college students like they would be if they were freshmen, but they continue to get the financial support and also the mentoring that they need in order to move past that high dropout spot that many freshmen experience.
Very true. And this past May we had a wonderful graduation event, a lot of students. This has grown. We're in the 5th year now?
We are in we're starting our 6th. And
our
so this is our
6th year.
6th class is our 11th graders this year. And as we've figured out how to make things work better through the years together with the college, Carl's just been a marvelous partner for us, and Mike Colleen and the staff over there do a great job of supporting us. And so last year's group averaged 51 college credits apiece, and that's a pretty nice start for 1 year out of high school.
I'll say. So for folks who may not be aware of, an associate's degree would be 60 to 65 hours. So
Yes.
the average graduate of the last year's Alpena Early College was 80%, more than 80% of their way toward an associate's degree.
Yeah.
And their parents and students attended essentially for free.
Yeah, it's a great head start for families. One of the things that we really focus on is there's a research that says 24 college credits is kind of the magic point where you turn toward being committed and capable of finishing college. And so we want to get every single kid past 24 credits. Their chances of completing a degree go up about 300%, and because it's the earliest stages where the frustration or academic struggles come, and so we want to get them past that benchmark and get them on their way to success.
And that's your role, which you play beautifully, and that is being mindful of all the students in the program and helping them get past that threshold. What are some of the things that you look for and some of the kind of the secrets to your success in that?
Well, we have 3 kind of key measurables that we constantly enforce with the kids, and those 3 things are things that I think make you successful or not. Those would be attendance. You have to go to school to learn. You have to be mature enough to show up for school. College students, we talked about in class the other day, you're now deciding to go every day. You're deciding you want the knowledge. You're deciding you want to take these steps. And so you have to be prepared to decide to go to school every day. Right. And when we talk to employers, one of the first things they ask about, oddly enough, is this person going to show up every day?
Right.
And so it's a skill and it's a discipline that's necessary. The next thing we talk about is effort. It's going to be harder than the work that you've done in the past, and it's going to take more time and more effort, and so we expect kids to keep timelines and provide maximum academic effort. The final thing is that it's maturity, and so you have to embrace the idea that you are doing things for your long-term. 16, 17, 18-year-olds sometimes are more focused on what's right in front of them. Yeah. And we're starting to build the idea that we're preparing for something in the future, and we're mature enough to look towards longer goals than, what I'm doing this weekend, or, to get ready for the next test.
Wonderful. Yeah. Those 3 keys you track, and it
yes.
shows.
Yep.
So the growth of the program has been remarkable, and this year you admitted into the program the largest number of first-year students ever, correct?
Yes, I'm very excited. This year we had to make a structural change because we had so many kids that wanted to be part and that we wanted to take part in it, and so 76 students. Our largest previously was 54, and
wow.
So that's a tremendous leap forward. We're at 171 overall. And this new group, we will, for the first time, start 2 sections in the fall and start a section in the spring. And with the goal that eventually maybe we could accommodate 100 a year with 2 in the fall and 2 in spring.
Wow. Yeah. Well, from the college's standpoint, this is wonderful. It's a great partnership. It's wonderful to see students succeed, have the opportunity to succeed in this way. But the numbers are they're great, So would I be wrong to say that you have about 300 kids or slightly less in the junior class?
Right about there.
So
yeah.
you've got about a quarter of them in early college.
Yes. Yep.
That is amazing.
And even more dual enrolled. There's other students that are dual enrolled at this point. I sometimes get a little bit crazy with some of the measurables and definitions of whether kids can or can't achieve at college. Scoring just came out that indicates, college readiness, and the state of Michigan had like 1/3 of all high school students they call college ready. I am proud of the fact that our kids, when they finish, are not college, there's no reason to measure their college readiness, they're college proven.
Yes.
And so a university can say, student from high school, maybe the indicators are this student might be successful at our university. Student from early college, they've already proven they're capable of high-level college work, and so we can throw away all those measurables on who's ready and who's not because we have a proven track record.
Thank you very much. Yeah. You have proven, and this is a wonderful program for the community. Thank you very much for what you do for students and for APS and for ACC. And thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.